Welcome to this practice of self-compassion. In this practice, you will cultivate thoughts and feelings of compassion for your own stress, difficulties, and suffering. Begin by finding a comfortable, upright position. And if sitting is painful, you can practice in any position that allows you to feel physically supported while also staying alert and awake. Now take a few deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, releasing the breath fully. And take a few more breaths in this way. Inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Now inhale and exhale through your nose only, and let your breath settle into its own natural pace. Feel the relaxation in your forehead, your eyes, your jaw, your whole face. Feel the relaxation and release of your neck, your shoulders, and your belly. Let the body and mind settle into this peaceful experience of breathing in and breathing out. We'll take a breath-focused meditation for 5 minutes. When you notice your mind wandering, bring it back to the breath. Now bring to mind someone you care about. Picture this friend or loved one. Perhaps imagine being with them, or a favorite memory. Notice how you feel when you think of this friend or loved one. Notice any positive thoughts or feelings of gratitude, affection, or warmth that thinking of this friend or loved one evokes. Now remember or imagine a time when this friend or loved one was suffering in some way. Notice how you feel when you think of this friend or loved one suffering. Choose to focus your attention on any feelings of tenderness or the desire to help. Silently recite the following phrases for your friend or loved one. May you be free from suffering. May you know peace and joy. Then return your awareness to the natural rhythm of your breath. Now imagine yourself as a very young child, or at an age that you can remember from your childhood. Imagine seeing this child. If this child were in pain or suffering, wouldn't you feel instinctively protective toward this child? If this child were in pain or suffering, wouldn't you relate to this child with tenderness and a natural sense of caring? Let this feeling of compassion toward the childhood you permeate your heart. And silently repeat the following phrases for yourself as a child. May you be free from suffering. May you know peace and joy. Now think of a time later in your life when you were suffering in some way. Perhaps you were sick or in pain. Perhaps you experienced some disappointment or loss. Notice how you feel when you remember this experience. Just as you responded to the suffering of a loved one and to your childhood self with concern, tenderness, and the urge to help, you can offer yourself the same compassion. With feelings of warmth and caring toward yourself, silently repeat these phrases. May I be free from suffering. May I know peace and joy. Now create in your mind a compassionate image that represents the qualities of wisdom, strength, acceptance, love, nurturance, or caring. It could be the image of a wise person you deeply respect, a religious figure, or a symbol that represents compassion. It could also be an image from nature, such as an expansive and deep blue ocean, or a firmly rooted tree with magnificent thick foliage. or the sun, which shines its light and warmth on all beings, without preference or discrimination. Take the next few moments to choose your own compassionate image and bring it to mind. Imagine yourself in the presence of this source of compassion. Imagine yourself the recipient of its great compassion. Feel that in the presence of this compassionate image, you can be completely yourself. There is no judgment, only total acceptance. Allow yourself to rest in the feeling of unconditional compassion and acceptance. Imagine that as you stay in the presence of this compassionate image, it awakens in you your own source of strength, wisdom, and compassion. Renewed by this connection to your own deep source of compassion, recite in your own mind one more time for yourself. May I be free from suffering. May I know peace and joy. Now bring awareness to the area around your physical heart. You might even place one hand on the center of your chest. Notice how this area gently expands or fills when you breathe in, and how it relaxes when you breathe out. For a few breaths, imagine that you could inhale directly into the center of your chest, expanding the chest, lungs, and heart. And imagine that you could exhale directly from the center of your chest, inhaling into the heart, exhaling out from the heart. Now bring to mind something that is creating some stress, pain, or suffering for you at this time in your life. Notice how you feel when you think about this. Now consider the possibility that this source of pain or suffering does not isolate you from others, but is part of the experience of being human. Just like you, countless other people know what it is like to feel this pain, or grief, or anger, or self-doubt, or fear. As you inhale, imagine that you could breathe in all of the feelings this experience brings up for you. Imagine opening your heart to this experience and allowing yourself to be touched by it. As you exhale, imagine that you could breathe out compassion for yourself and for the countless other people on this planet who may be suffering in a similar way in this moment. As you inhale, open your heart to this experience. As you exhale, imagine sending out compassion for yourself and for all others who are also suffering in this way. Now recite in your own mind, "May we all be free from this suffering." May we each find peace and joy. As this practice draws to a close, let your heart be touched by a feeling of warmth, tenderness, and caring for your own needs. And rest your mind simply on the natural rhythm of your breath.